Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I wanted to talk about the feminine male. So we're going to talk about the wounded male and also the divine feminine male. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the wounded feminine male. And this usually comes from a mother being very much in that dominant masculine energy. So she is raising this child, her son, with a very strong masculine energy where she's the provider, she's taking care, she's nurturing, and sometimes overdoing it because it's so dominant in her energy that she just is doing everything, taking action. So he is actually being reliant on the mother and being codependent unconsciously, where she's doing everything for them. So he just gets to sit back and be lazy. He doesn't really understand that masculine side of him because everything is getting done for him. So he is actually stepping into the feminine energy. And if the mother, that female, has very strong dominant masculine energy and she's doing everything, she's going to attract a husband or a mate that is in that feminine energy, who is also likes to lay back and get taken care of. Many times that happens within culture, especially more where the man is in charge, or not the man is in charge, where the woman has to clean, cater, take care of the family. That's very much in a culturally diverse background, and so the man is always getting catered to, so he gets to kick back into that feminine energy. So therefore, if the son is being raised by a very dominant masculine mother and the father is laying back in that feminine, he is going to see and mimic his father, like, oh, this is how a man's going to act, is just be very lazy, be very just gonna get taken care of by the females. So they sit back into that where everything is done by the female, and this creates a lot of conflict, a lot of confusion, because society is telling us one way and not the other. So society is saying, oh, the man has to be the provider, the woman has to be the nurturer, very loving, very feminine. But if these dynamics, these roles are different than what society is telling you, there's going to be a lot of confusion, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be a lot of disagreements because of so many expectations that is being put on the relationship and raising of the child. And let's go back to more of the divine feminine when it comes to raising a child. So if the mother is very balanced with her masculine and feminine energies, where there's times where she is that masculine energy and is logical and reasonable, takes action, is assertive, a great communicator, but also she's very nurturing, very understanding, very compassionate, and the boy is being raised by this, he's going to look at the feminine energy as a listener, very receptive, very loving, very kind, compassionate. And some masculine females are going to look at that as this person is very emotional, in touch with their with themselves, they're communicative. There's all these different ways, and because based on what society is telling us, we're going to look at that feminine male as a very negative, because we're so influenced that if you're male you need to be this way, and if you're female you need to be this way. But if this individual is in tune with his feminine energies, maybe he's more in tune with his feminine energies, he's going to be looked at by the rest of society as maybe unattractive or too emotional or too needy, too desperate, and people will be drawn away from him. And then he falls into that wounded feminine, where that desperation, that neediness, that external validation, that feelings of unworthiness, it may come into place if he is not aligned with his masculine and feminine energies. And more of the times, if he's more aligned to that feminine energy, he'll attract a masculine woman. And this is just what happens, but society is the one that's telling you what's right or what's wrong, okay? But that's very old, outdated. It no longer is relevant to modern day society. So we need to break away from that old paradigm, and it's okay for everybody to encompass both the masculine and feminine. And yes, some men have more of that feminine energy and some female have more of that masculine energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just encompassing both, because if you repress one, then you're going to see that externally from you. And if you start to shame, you're going to create more of that toxicity within yourself and also within people outside of you. So you need to understand how to balance, and it's completely okay to have emotions and also to be assertive, and there's nothing wrong with that. You need to understand when those energies need to come out, when there are the appropriate times to come out. At times you maybe need a more feminine energy, at times you need more of the masculine energy. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to career, when it comes to your personal self and how you express yourself, you need to learn and adapt to certain situations. So there is nothing wrong with the feminine male. You're suppressing him is what is wrong. And allowing him to step into his full self and allowance will only help to empower him and the rest of society in the next generations to come. So I hope that this video helped you. Remember to like, subscribe, or comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, and bye-bye.